life. Every day is a new beginning. Every day is a new day, and everything's going your way. And you wanna make it last forever. Well, every day is a new day, and everything's going your way. And you wanna make it last forever. Just keep it together, 'cause it keeps getting better. Hey, it keeps getting better. Ride through life. Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let it take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day, and everything's going your way. And you wanna make it last forever. We'll keep it together, 'cause it keeps getting better. Whoa, oh, ride through life and move ahead to your destination. Shine so bright, be the light of a new creation. If the world is a stage, better start the show. 7, 8, 9, 10, ready, set, let's go. Turn it on, turn it up. Are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day, and everything's going your way. And you wanna make it last forever. We'll keep it together, 'cause it keeps getting better. Feel the sun upon your shoulders. Find the strength to make you bolder. Yeah. Let each moment take you higher and higher and higher than you've ever been before. Ride through life. Every day is a new beginning.
Well, welcome everybody to Keller Williams Red Day. It's my absolute pleasure to be hosting. My name is Gary McGowan, and today we have a fantastic day scheduled. So what is Red Day? Red Day is a day where our entire organization worldwide, over 180,000 people, stop what they're doing within their business and give back to their community in some shape, way, or form. And Red Day is simply renew, energize, and donate. And donate is what we're doing today. We are here to support our local food services. So local food charities within Richmond Hill, Newmarket, Aurora, and Keswick, and of course the Health Services Center out in Grey Bruce area. So while we're being entertained today and getting up and physical and learning, please do donate. It certainly goes a long way to help those that are in need and those that rely on those services. So we're looking forward to doing that. Donations have already been made, so thank you for those that have donated. And of course, thank you in advance for making your donations throughout the day. It's my pleasure to introduce to you our first guest host, Jessica from Cedar Wellness Studio and the Terry Hastings Group. Jessica is going to lead us through a yoga session to get our day started. And I'm going to pass it over to you, Jess. I'm so thrilled to have you here. Thank you for being with us.
Awesome. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining. I'm so excited to share the next hour with you. And again, my name is Jess, and I'm happy to present the Terry Hastings Group. And this hour of yoga is going to be a fun yoga class. It's going to be more of a beginner style as well. So for you advancers out there, you'll know when to move deeper or to offer different layers onto your poses. And I can encourage everyone to bring in some essential oils, maybe bringing in a block or pillow. and maybe having some music on. I do have some music on, so maybe you can hear it, maybe not, and if not, that's okay. So this is where we start to come into our space, and we start to come seated if we prefer to be seated, maybe one leg out, one leg in. So whatever that stance is we prefer to start our class with, that's something we can take. So maybe first we start to find a little bit more of a comfortable seated stance here. Not felt rushed if you felt rushed coming on. As today is all about giving back to our community and give rhythm. So thank you again, Keller Williams, for doing all you do with your program. The most exciting thing is this is worldwide. This is unbelievable, amazing. So I'm so excited that we're all a part of it. When we're ready, nice tall spine, starting to roll the shoulders back and lifting our gaze. So this is where when we move in through our asanas, our poses, we can encourage the body to only go as far as it feels good. So knowing when to come in and out of our poses and allowing our body and mind to go only as far as it feels good. So this is the best part where our body and mind work together as one. So as we find that nice tall stance, shoulders soften back, we're going to invite in a mudra today where we're going to do Gyan Mudra, where we bring the thumb to the pointer finger, and noticing if our palms prefer the face up or down. So different items working with the brain here. Our palms face up. It's a signal to the brain for more uplifting, more energy. And if our palms prefer the face down, noticing more grounding. So if we're feeling a little anxious, this is maybe something mudra we can take on. And once we find that mudra, maybe repeating in our head our own mantra. And your mantra could be, I am amazing, I am whole, or I am incredible, I love myself. So whatever mantra we choose to suit us best, maybe continuing to repeat that in our head to start working the brain muscles and rewiring the patterns of the brain. So now that we have our mudra, we found our stance, starting to notice where our drishti, where does our gaze take us? Is our gaze closer to ground or is it above the horizon? And noticing again, so below the horizon would signal more grounding, and above the horizon would be more uplifting again. So noticing, and again, not changing too much, instead exploring where the body takes us, exploring where the gaze takes us. So letting the body soften in, letting that shoulders melt towards the back. And as we start to come into our pranayama, our breath work, I'm going to offer 2 breaths today. And this is where we get to have fun with your yoga class. This is where we don't need to be so serious. We can let go of perfectionisms and judgments on ourselves. We can let go of what we think yoga is supposed to be, and instead move, offering movement, offering breath. So 2 options for breath here. We can come into our equal ratio breath, or we can come into our rhythm breath. And I'll explore both of them with us today. So if we're moving into equal ratio breath, we can inhale, exhale through the nose. And this is where we start to match the inhale with the exhale. So this is where we get to explore the breath and noticing the breath. So maybe we let the body take its own pace. Or maybe we add in a count. So maybe our count is inhaling for 4, exhaling for 4. Or maybe we use 6 or 9. So again, this count's different, as we're all unique in our own ways. We all have our own individual strengths, and those all make us so wonderful in who we are. So this is where that breath, inhale, exhale through the nose. And maybe we encourage our body to try rhythm breath. And rhythm breath is where we let the body find its pace again. So whichever breath we choose, this is where we practice inhaling and exhaling, all breath in, all breath out. And what we'll find is maybe when we explore or get curious with the breath, we'll notice maybe we're pausing somewhere on the breath or we're holding the breath. So trying to bring that focus in. Inhaling all breath in, exhaling all breath out. So this is where we know that the breath is connected to the diaphragm, the pelvic floor, and imagining it like a pump. So we have that pump, And our pelvic floor is at the bottom. We inhale all the way up and exhale all the way down. So same as when we're listing properties or working with buyers. This again is when we work on that breath work, we'll soften the jaw. We're creating a more safer environment for our clients where we're reading that body language. So if we inhale all breath up, we use the whole breath. We can see the length of the breath. Exhaling the whole breath down. Opposed to if we are shortening the breath, we can see here that that pump starts to shorten. We start to go into a sympathetic nervous system. So instead of lengthening the breath, trusting the body, trusting ourselves, breathe. Good. And continuing that breath, practicing all breath in, all breath out. Starting to soften the jaw. So if we feel our jaw starting to maybe tighten up a little bit, practicing bringing the tongue to the roof of the mouth and noticing, watching the whole body start to soften down. Today we'll be working with the Vishuddha and Untitled Chapter. This is the throat and the third eye. It's being open to new perspectives and expressing and communicating well. When we're ready, slowly exhaling palms to the knees. From here, palms press down behind us where the fingertips face knees. Shoulder blades roll to the back, lifting heart to sky. So noticing here, maybe that gaze is slightly below the ceiling. And maybe slightly engaging shoulders, bring them closer together. And maybe noticing that Anahata chakra, the heart chakra, starts to open. Nice full breath. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And noticing how do we feel? Feeling open, feeling excited. Breathe. And when we're ready, slowly exhaling, hands come back to center here. And starting to come into some shoulder rolls. So these can be big or small as you like. There's no right or wrong in yoga, and that's the best part. That's where we get to have fun. Breathing, moving. And same with when we're working with clients. When we show having passion and fun with their clients, this is where they start to trust us more, because it is really about helping all of our clients and communities. Going opposite way. Good. Again, checking in on breath. Checking that we're not holding breath. We're using the whole breath. Slowly exhaling, palms come back to center here. Starting to hinge forward, walking your palms out. So a few options here. We can come down the forearms and keeping the heart open. Or another option, we can extend hands coming long and letting that head drop down. So ears in line with arms. When we're ready, starting to exhale, walk hands over to the right so that our knee would be directly halfway in our palms. So this is again where we can extend and lengthen in through those hands. So noticing softening jaw. Are we holding anywhere in the body? And if so, maybe bringing tongue to the roof of the mouth again, or encouraging a sigh. So maybe inhaling, exhale, sigh. Exhaling, walking palms all the way back to center, opening up opposite side, moving to the left. Again, lengthening in through here. Noticing the difference from left and right. They're yin and yang, the sun and moon. Exhaling, walking hands all the way back to center, and slowly coming all the way back to tall spine. From here, inhaling, arms coming all the way to sky. And noticing as we wiggle fingertips in the sky, shoulder blades soften down, opening up heart. And maybe we start to slowly sway side to side. So starting to activate those deep lateral lines. And noticing how are we feeling. Using the core 4 to help hold us up. Breathe. Good. And when we're ready, slowly coming back to center, opening up to a nice big Y. Almost like we've just climbed that big mountain. We've made it to the top. And this is where we know that the hardest work comes from the climb. And same with maybe we've scored that listing appointment or working with a buyer. Whatever it is, we've made it, we've accomplished it, we've worked hard. So feeling the success in that. Good. Opening up, making those hands a W. So exhaling, coming down, and imagining one long line from elbow all the way across chest, wide palm. Softening the jaw here. And using all of your breath. Good. From here, exhaling back to center in the sky, and releasing your cupping hands, and lengthening all the way up. So creating more space from the root chakra all the way up to crown. Good. Watch for the change. Exhaling, palms come behind, interlacing fingers and rolling shoulders back. And noticing how you feel here. Few options, we can stay here, or maybe we start to hinge forward and let the palms come as far as they feel good. And knowing again when to come in and out of our poses and keeping your body safe. Exhaling slowly, coming all the way back. Inhaling, hands to sky, all the way up one more time. Lift. Exhaling, interlacing fingers here, and letting those palms slip to the back of the head. So letting the back of the head gently rest in towards the palm. Kind of like we're hanging out. We're at ease. We have that calm strength. And noticing here, maybe starting to add some lateral flexion again. So moving side to side. Opening up heart more. Noticing, are we able to create more space in the spine? Are we able to soften the jaw a little bit more? And again, this is lots to focus on. So we find that monkey mind coming in. That's okay. Simply allowing those thoughts to enter and allowing them to pass by. Very interesting. We think of a new thought every 14 seconds. It's what we focus on that matters. Good. Exhaling slowly, coming all the way back to center. From here, starting to slowly release and starting to move into a caterpillar. So starting to roll all the way down. Good. Exhaling, coming all the way up and lifting, opening like we're moving. One more time here. So activating core 4, checking on that small pelvic tilt, coming all the way down. Slowly coming back to center when we're ready, lifting up. Awesome. Exhaling, palms come all the way to wide again. Wiggling fingers. And slowly exhaling, releasing hands down. Coming into our side stretches, right palm comes down, left hand follows. The right hand comes all the way down. Exhaling, coming back up into that T, switching sides. We're going to go through about 5 to 7 of these. And noticing the pace of the body. Are we flowing side to side? Are we pausing on the top or bottom? Are we softening the jaw? Again, checking in on the breath here. All breath in, all breath out. And noticing, how is the body reacting to the breath? How are we reacting to our thoughts? This is where it gets interesting that we are responsible for our reactions and thoughts. Let's make them count. Talking positive to ourselves, using our self-affirmations. Good. And slowly exhaling, coming all the way back to center. Releasing those palms down. From here, bringing those legs long in front of us, finding that staff position here. So this is where the pelvis and hips in line with the leg, knees point to sky, and having that dorsiflexion in with the toes. So activating toes behind. 2 options for hands. We can be hands down beside us or hands on lap. We're going to be here for 3 whole breaths. This is where we take our time with our breath. We start to feel brave and courageous in that breath. So shaking may happen a little bit here, that's okay, as we start to exhaust the muscle. So really using all breath in, all breath out. And noticing if you feel a little bit lower, see if we can lift up nice tall spine. So getting into the Ajna chakra, the Vishuddha chakra, our crown. So creating that huge vibration around us. A vibration where everyone wants a piece. And that's okay. Breathe. Awesome. And slowly exhaling, starting to wiggle toes out. Good. Self-assist, where maybe we move the prana or our energy down out through the feet. So getting the movement flowing, the fluids in the body flowing as well. Maybe a soft pound on the legs, starting to wake the body up. Awesome. From here, we're going to keep the right leg long. We bring the left leg to the inside of the right leg. Finding those signals again, and checking in on the length of the legs. So knee comes to sky, dorsiflexion again. I'm going to show this from two views as well. So sliding your right hand down the inside of the right leg. Left hand exhaling, inhaling all the way up. And lift here. So we have a slight external rotation in the upper body. And maybe the gaze comes a little bit to sky. Softening jaw and lift and open. So one view here. And second view, sliding hand down, inhaling, coming all the way up and lift. So we can feel the sides of the body. Good. Continuing to breathe. This is where we start to move into the body. Thinking big, acting bold, aiming high. So whatever it is we're working on with our goals, this is where we can trust and shoot for the sky. There are no limits. The limits is what we place on ourselves. Watching the change as we start to move in and out of shooting star. So exhaling here, windmilling hands, back hand presses down, and lifting comes up. We're going to move in and out of this here. So shooting star, exhaling, coming down, windmilling hands. So feet stay as they are, and exhaling, coming over again. So when we come back, checking out that shoulder, stacked and wrist here, inhaling, lift, breathe. Feeling the prana in the body. And feeling that energy. Exhaling, bring through one more here. Breathe. Softening jaw. Good. Coming all the way through. And slowly exhaling, coming back to center here. Good. And releasing one section at a time, so hands come down. Exhaling, legs come out. Maybe wiggling the toes around for a minute. And then starting to come in opposite side. Left leg comes long, right leg comes in. Sliding left hand down the inside of that leg. And again, I'll show this from two views. Inhaling, hand comes up. Opening, left leg here. So again, we have that small external rotation in the upper body. This is where we get to soften the jaw. And think positively as well. So thinking positively with our mind creates a positive reaction in the body. Good. Inhaling, coming all the way up. And starting to move in and out of our shooting star. So exhaling, palm presses down and back. Lifting pelvis here. So we stay where the legs are. Exhaling all the way through. Good. Breathe. And each time we lift, imagine creating more space in the heart chakra. Lifting and breathing. Feeling positive. Feeling authentic. Feeling grateful. One more here. Good. And then exhaling, coming all the way back to center. Releasing hands here. Bringing legs out long. And again, wiggling those toes out for a moment. When we're ready, slowly starting to swing our legs around into our halfway kneel. And then finding our way to all fours. So this is where the real magic starts to happen as we start to move more with the body. So hips stacked on knees, shoulders stacked on wrists. Nice big palms on the ground. So we have lots of space in between the fingers. Activating, pressing our prana in through the palm of the hand. As we start to move in and out of our cat-cow, moving into our cat, with the pelvis tucks in first, and starting to press heart to sky, tucking in head. So pressing here, noticing the full activation of prana in through the palm. Good. Breathing. When we're ready, coming in through cow. And as we exhale, pelvis goes first again, rolling the rest of the body. Shoulders squeeze to the back, gaze is forward. And this is where we can start to move in and out of our poses as we like. So maybe we hold, or maybe we add in a little bit more movement and flow. So moving in through maybe one or two more cat-cow. So pelvis moves first on the inhale and on the exhale. Letting that head come down. Maybe having a slight tuck of the chin. Exhaling here. This is where we start to feel that power inside. As using that exhale will help us move further in our poses or in our run. Good. Slowly exhaling, coming back to center. And as we start to find that puppy dog here. So hips down and knees, so starting to walk those hands up in line. So maybe pressing the weight back. So the upper body is on a nice long line from fingertips to sacrum. Shoulders are in line with ears. The heart comes about halfway down the mat. Noticing here, we can press those fingers a little bit further or stay where we are. Again, there's no right or wrong in yoga, simply exploring our poses. Each day is different, each second is different. And that's okay. So accepting it and acknowledging the power of loving where we are in this moment now. This is where we get to be the change maker. Exhaling, walking palms all the way back to center here. Maybe wiggling that out for a minute. Breathing. Good. From here, we're going to activate the back feet. And when we're ready, we're going to start to lift and find our first little release. So lifting the knees 1 to 2 inches off the ground, having that flat back, and noticing how that pelvis sits here. So checking that shoulders are stacked on wrists. Breathing, full breath. Good. And thinking in results, different results require doing something different. So this is where we start to watch the possibilities unfold in our poses, in our life, in our goals, working with clients. Exhaling, releasing, slowly coming down, flipping toes back, and again, starting to softly add in some little movement, side to side. And starting to slowly find our way back to that tabletop. From here, bringing right leg long, lifting the left hand. Opposite hand, opposite leg. This is where we want the hips stacked, shoulders stacked on wrist, and our legs in line with pelvis. And we want to have that toe activated. And noticing here, so slightly tucking chin in again, gaze is down, creating more height, more length, making it breathe two in the pose, using the whole breath, and noticing how we feel. Good. Exhaling, slowly bringing that out to the side. So noticing the growth in through our poses, noticing how we feel. Exhaling, coming back to center. From here, releasing the hand, following with the leg. And again, wiggling that out. Starting to come in opposite side. Left leg followed by right hand. And lifting up. So finding that nice tall spine. And noticing any differences on this side here. And again, this is when we get curious. On one side feels this opposed to the other side. That's interesting. So again, not changing or letting go of perfectionism. We're letting go of what we think it's supposed to be and instead allowing it to just be. Exhaling, weight out to the side. Breathe. Slowly exhaling, coming back to center. From here, releasing hand, followed by leg. And again, we're going that up here. Awesome. From here, when we're ready, we're going to start to flip our toes and start to find our first down dog of the day. So when we're ready, pressing that weight up. This is where our feet are hip distance apart. Shoulder blades start to slide down the back. We're tucking the navel in towards the back of the spine. And maybe we have a small bent knee. And if that's how we get our flat back, that's okay. What we want to watch for here is imagining having the same amount of weight on the front half of the body as there is the back. So imagining 50% of our weight at the front and 50% at the back. So we're not all weight bearing in the back. Breathing. Noticing how we feel. Are we noticing anything in the body This is where we start to move into the somatic awareness as to how we feel as the mind and body are connected together as one, not separate. Good. From here, starting to walk that dog, lifting one leg, then the next. Breathe. Good. And when we're ready, slowly starting to walk those feet up towards hands, finding forward fold, Uttanasana. And as we find that forward fold, head comes down, and letting the knees have a really nice bend. So this is where we unclench toes, have a nice spring in the legs, so a really good bent knee, head comes down. And maybe we start to notice a little mini releasing happening into the neck and jaw. When we're ready, slowly swan dive, inhale all the way up, finding mountain Tadasana, where we lift here. So imagining pressing our weight in through the heels and lifting up with the kneecaps. So using that dynamic tension where we press and pull. And at the same time, using that whole breath. So breathe. We're going to come into some self-affirmations. And if we're working with clients or we're starting our first business, this is where self-affirmations, our I am statements, start to become really helpful and handy. So training the brain that teaches that we are amazing, we are authentic, we are unique in who we are, and own it. From here, starting to come into a little flow, exhaling, forward fold, coming all the way down. Good. Inhaling, swan dive up. Inhaling all the way up. Exhaling, chair. So exhaling, coming back into that chair. So it's like we're sitting back. And checking that knees aren't going over the big toe. And this is where we're going to start to move and add in our I am statements. So watching here and joining us when we're ready. So exhaling, forward fold. I am, inhaling up, strong, chair. Using the breath. I am successful. Inhaling up. I am change maker. So starting to add in whatever I am statements we are, going through 3 more at our own pace, taking our own time. There's no rush. Good. Inhaling up, I am awesome. I will focus on the one thing. I am smart. Good. And exhaling when we're ready, starting to find our way back to hands resting at side. And from here, we're going to step our right foot back, high lunge, so finding our Untitled. Inhaling, hands come up. So from here, front knee stacked on ankle, back foot's long. And noticing the back ankle is facing the same way the front leg is as well. Few options for hand, you can be nice and tall, or exhaling palms behind, opening up the Anahata heart chakra, pressing them behind. So a few options here, and breathing, and noticing how we feel. Using the whole breath. So all breath in, all breath out. Good. From here, exhaling, palms come back to sky, opening up warrior 1. So front knee stays stacked with ankle, back leg turns to about a 45 degree, and our pelvis is now facing the front of the mat. This is where we inhale, opening up our perspectives to clients, whatever they may be, buyers or sellers. And lifting and noticing here. So thinking of our purpose, prioritizing our purpose, thinking productivity and then profit, thinking passion, offering one awesome service to everyone. Exhaling, opening up warrior 2. As we find that warrior 2, pelvis now opens to the long side of the mat here. Front knee stays stacked. Back edge of foot is now in line with back edge of mat. Inhale, arms come up, softening shoulders. Breathe. Smiling. Maybe using that small or big Mona Lisa smile. It's another item we can do with our buyers and sellers too, our team, whoever it is, offering a small gesture of a smile. Good. Finding that reverse warrior, dropping the backhand, lifting, nice tall spine. Noticing here, how are we feeling? Maybe we walk that hand back further, maybe we stay where we are. When we're ready, exhaling, windmilling hands, finding extended angle here, lifting all the way up and over. Maybe lengthening or adjusting our pose as needed. Softening the shoulders. Breathe. Good. From here, windmilling hands, warrior two. And starting to release those palms as we start to move into our version of triangle here. So as we find that version of triangle, this is where we get into the deep lateral lines here. Palms come up, slight bend in the front knee. So we have a micro bend in the front leg. Hinging forward, palms open, sliding down. Maybe adjusting if we need to. And noticing how we feel here. Nice tall spine, maybe the palm comes to leg or ground. Again, there's no right or wrong, so encouraging the body to explore the pose, feel the pose. Let the body and the mind soften. Good. Exhaling and releasing hand from the sky. Really nice bend front knee at the front. And watching here as we start to pivot to the middle here. So from here, the outside edge of feet are in line with the outside edges of the mat. We can start to hinge forward here and start to find our rag doll. So exhaling side to side. Letting that head come down. Good. Releasing hands here. Starting to walk those hands out, finding a wide-legged puppy dog here. So see what we did at the start of class. And this time, exhaling, see if we can lengthen in through the upper body. Or the weight, we can feel it in through the sacrum and the tailbone. So feeling at ease, using that breath. Awesome. Exhaling, slowly walking those hands back to center here. Bringing our right palm directly halfway in the mat, opening up side twist. So lengthening, opening up. Creating our space. Feeling safe. Good. Exhaling, palm comes back down, opening up opposite side. Lifting here, breathing. Good. Feeling abundant in our poses. Good. Exhaling, coming back to center. Watching the change as we start to slowly pivot those feet in and adjusting, stacking our feet, coming back into that big high lunge here. So we've now pivoted the feet, keeping that nice tall spine. And when we're ready, stepping back, down dog. Stepping all the way back, down dog. Breathing, good. When we're ready, hop, skip, or jump forward, or walk. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling down. Good. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Good. Inhaling all the way up. Exhaling down through heart center. Inhaling all the way back up. Exhaling all the way down, forward fold. Holding here. So letting that forward fold come long. Maybe lengthening in through more of the back of the legs. Breathing. Good. Thinking we are propelling ourselves forward. This is where we breathe. Good. Inhaling, arms coming all the way up. And stepping the left foot back, high lunge, opposite side here. So I'm just changing ends so we can see. So finding Anjali Asana, opposite side. Inhaling, arms up. And noticing again in that high lunge. So checking in, feeling secure. Maybe exhaling, palms come behind us. And this is where we start to think of our lives and business, whatever it is we're working on. It's okay to want it all. It's how we manage our time. And it's thinking of the one thing. What's one thing that if so by doing it, makes everything easier or unnecessary? And we keep rolling back to that. If we feel that we're stuck or there's a block in the road, coming back to the one thing. Inhaling, palms come up, exhaling, warrior one. Adjusting that back like 45 degrees, lifting all the way up. Feeling confident and connected in our poses. Exhaling, opening up warrior two. As we adjust that stance, finding that warrior two. Good. Breathing, front knee stacked on ankle. Finding that reverse warrior, dropping that back hand, lifting here. To knowing there's no limit on our goals. So shoot for the sky, aim big. One of my favorite quotes by the One Thing book was, if we're looking to build an uncommon life, we're going to need to take an uncommon approach. So thinking, how big are we going? And it's not always in money value. It could be helping people like KW does for the community, live where we give where we live. Good. Exhaling, hands, one kneel, warrior two. Starting to soften those arms, move into that triangle here. So softening front leg, palms come up. Hinging forward, adjusting where we need to. Exhaling, palms come down. So making this big, breathing. Thinking every day is the best day ever. This is where we have the opportunity to make sure every day is fun, that we love going to work. And we know there will be those stressful clients and those times, especially online learning with kids. And that's okay. It's learning to use your tools, and it's okay to do nothing too. So finding that center in our lives, learning to fill our cup up, because there's value and opportunity in that as well. And when we start to take more self-care time, we'll actually increase our business profit. From here, exhaling, hand comes down to the sky. Starting to softly bend the front knee. Inhaling, hands come all the way up. Good. From here, noticing here. So if we feel like that hip's starting to pop out, see if we can tuck it in. Nice full stance here, front knee stacked on the ankle. Breathe. Good. From here, releasing those palms down. Slowly pivoting that foot to the side again. Hinging forward. Bending knees, palms come down. Maybe giving that a nice, really wide stance here. Puppy dog again. You're noticing, or ragdoll. And from here, exhaling, palms come back to center. Maybe bringing the legs in a little bit. Starting to walk the hands over to the left, with the right hand to the outside edge of the left ankle. Inhaling, left hand comes all the way up and lift. Soft bend the knees. Breathing here. Full breath. Good. Exhaling, hand comes down. Releasing hand from ankle. Maybe stretching that out before we switch sides, or switching sides. Good. Exhaling, walking hands all the way over to the other side. So left hand comes to the outside of the right ankle. Left hand inhales coming all the way up and lift. Breathe. Feeling ready. Feeling creative. Feeling light. Exhaling, releasing hand from the sky, releasing hand from ankle. Good. From here in our walk, and watch as we start to pivot legs back into our high lunge, the same side we're on. So safely adjusting and pivoting that foot, front knee stacked on ankle. Good. From here, stepping back, down dog. A nice long lines here. Maybe making that down dog a little bit bigger if we choose to. When we're ready, exhaling, coming down to knees. Taking your time. And finding our way seated on the mat. Good. So this is where we get to have fun. And bring those legs out into that wide seated straddle splits. It's a big word, a nice tall spine here. Legs are long, knees pointing to sky, toes activate coming in. Being big and proud. So noticing a nice tall spine all the way up to the crown chakra. So breathing here. Maybe we slightly roll forward in the pelvis a little bit. And if we like, we can choose to stay as we are, or exhaling, bringing right hand directly in the center of the legs, opening up soft twist to the side. And that opposite hand presses down the back. So here the draw line from front to back, our hands would meet. Gaze now comes to the side, keeping that breath big. Good. noticing how we feel. This is where we know those baby steps, where our success is built one thing at a time. So checking in, what are we saying yes to and what are we saying no to? And also thinking, when we lift the limits of our thinking, we expand the limits of our life. That's when we imagine a bigger life, more goals. And it also means simplicity. Releasing these expectations of what we feel we need on ourselves, and instead be. Exhaling with hands, come back to center, opening up opposite side. Lifting here, breathing. And then maybe it's serving our clients, creating relationships. This is where we truly get to enjoy the moments. It's so fun when we get to come home and say, man, I loved working with that one client. They were great. They really made me laugh that day. And even if we have challenging clients, choosing those as learning opportunities to grow the business, is most often we learn the best things from those clients. Exhaling, slowly coming back to center. Starting to wiggle those feet slowly in, finding our seated butterfly. So as we find that seated butterfly, our feet come together, pressing them towards one another. If we find our legs are up really high, making that into a diamond shape here, a nice tall spine. So noticing where do we prefer the legs? It should also be about 1 foot length from the front of the pelvis to the back of the heel. So if we're too close with the feet, we have too much strength or too much strain on the knees. So nice tall spine, breathing. Maybe encouraging a sigh again. So when we're ready, inhaling all breath in, exhaling sigh. Good. And maybe we stay here, or maybe we exhale, start to hinge forward, where palms come down. Or we can choose to fold all the way down. Getting into our low back, the sacrum, and noticing how we feel. Good. And when we're ready, slowly starting that exhale, coming all the way back to center. Coming to laying on the back and letting the legs be as they are. So letting the legs soften to the side as we lay in reclined butterfly. And maybe the hands come resting on chest or they start to rest down on the ground. And using our breath here, so this is a little breath tool we can use if we are trying to manage something a little bit strenuous or stressful. So we inhale all breath in and exhale through the mouth all breath out. So hear the breath. This is the trick here. So inhaling in, exhaling out. Keep going, inhaling in. So this is if we have anything we're holding on to. Letting the exhale work it through. So anything that no longer serves, release it through the exhale. One more here. Good. And noticing how much softer we feel. We start to hit the vagus nerve where we have that small tingling feeling. Good. Exhaling, releasing legs, come back to center on the mat, having a flat foot here. From here, stacking your right ankle on left knee. Hands slide under left leg, lifting like the sky, finding our pigeon on back. So nice tall spine. Activating both feet, so imagining having a flat foot with both. Good, continuing to breathe here. Exhaling, leg comes down, keeping that right leg stacked, letting it fall over to the left. So maybe the hand guides that hip moving all the way over. And we stay here, gaze goes opposite side. Maybe we explore Turkish Twist where we find the back leg, still letting that hip softly come over and shoulder blade on back on the floor. Good. Exhaling, slowly releasing one section at a time, coming back to that neutral center stance here. Releasing leg down and stacking opposite side. So left ankle stacked on right leg. Sliding hands under right leg, lifting like the sky. So again, nice tall spine here. Pressing those toes, patting your feet away from where they're pointed. So pressing the feet up to the ceiling. Toe activates coming in towards nose. Breathing. Full breath. So finding the value in that exhale. Releasing the leg down, keeping that opposite leg stacked, and letting the leg fall over to the side. So you can choose to stay here. Another option, we guide that leg, letting that pelvis fall over. Third option is we find the back hand to the opposite foot on the ground. So noticing here, how are we feeling? Good. And releasing one section at a time. Good. Letting those legs come down, realigning the spine, and hugging the knees, bringing them in towards the chest, so holding on under the legs. Starting to rock that low back. So maybe we rock and we open one section at a time, rotating one leg to the next. And check if we go the opposite way. So the brain will take the least path of resistance. So it's important when we're working with our clients as well. What are our habits? What are our patterns? Do we say something a lot, or do we do mannerisms? So checking in, maybe doing some role playing, listening to how we talk. Already finding happy baby, lifting legs to the sky, holding big toe or the inside of foot and starting to rock side to side. So this is where we get to work on our brain patterns and encourage new ways. So adjusting the legs, adjusting our perspectives, opening up to new beliefs, creating new habits and patterns. Always be learning. Good. And exhaling, releasing legs from the sky. As we move into Shavasana, we'll have about 5 minutes for Shavasana. And this is where we can encourage ourselves to either take a full Shavasana, where we're laying on the ground, the full body corpse is on the ground, or we use legs up wall. So if we have a wall nearby, and if we don't, we can use legs up sky. And if we are, we can lengthen in through the heels, so pressing the heels up towards the ceiling. Activating toe comes all the way in towards us. Now noticing here, using that core four, having a soft jaw. So are we clenching here, or are we able to explore a soft upper body? So letting those palms rest down. So again, we can take Shavasana or legs up sky. And encouraging our body to use any tools we have. So maybe we have some socks or blankets. Maybe we have pillows, anything to encourage our space. And then to give ourselves that about 4 to 5 minute little moment where we get to rest, take in class, get ready for the day. And I'll move us through a quick little body scan and start to move in with the breath as well. So this is where we start to notice our breath. How are we breathing? How is the body moving? Is it flowing? Is it feeling safe? And noticing your items here. Breathe. Maybe noticing your heart. Maybe one hand's on heart, or one hand's on belly. But bringing in that somatic awareness too. And noticing, keeping that positive self-talk in with our clients and ourselves, because that's most important, especially our breath. Keeping that breath full. When we take those full breaths, our clients will notice. We'll create a safer environment. Our facial structure will be more inviting for them, so they feel safe and want to do business with us. So thinking this is our life, this is our very own life. We get to be people who choose. This is where we dance our dance, we sing our song, we take charge of our story, we help our community, loving our day. This is where we let our heavy stuff go, embracing all we have, kissing our loved ones, and thanking ourselves for everything we've created, and being excited for the next journey, maybe the next learning opportunity there is. Stand in our power, stand tall, be big. This is where we forgive our mistakes, so let go of the perfectionism. Go and rock it. forgive our enemies, work with opposing teams and realtors, healing our own pain, using our self-care time, finding our tribe, and I know we found one, KW all the way, sharing our talents, practicing our passions, because when we practice our passion, it's not work anymore, it's life, it's what we love to do, finding your bliss, doing what it is we love. Do we like to paint? Do we like to rock? Do we like to rock out the music? Doing more of that, filling our cup up, because when we're filled up, it overflows to other people. Live your life and love your life. Breathe. And when we're ready, start to wiggle our fingers and toes. We drifted away, starting to come back into the body. Taking your time as we start to find our way to a seated position. And when we're ready, inhaling arms up. Exhaling arms down. Inhaling up. Exhaling through the mouth, hands down. Inhaling all the way up. Down through heart center here. Exhaling, palms come down. Pressing thumbs into the heart chakra. Good. From here, inhale, exhale, sigh. Finding our big or small Mona Lisa smile. Folding forward. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you everyone for joining. Very excited to have you, and thank you for everyone participating from the Greater Waterton area, and all donations for our area is going to Waterton Hospital, the auxiliary services. It's amazing. Thank you so much to give where we live.
Thank you so much, Jessica, for that. And we really do appreciate your expertise and your time to share with us this morning and to help us launch Red Day. And as Jessica mentioned, yeah, you can make donations at kwrcredday.ca, and it goes to 4 local food banks: Richmond Hill, Aurora, Newmarket, and Keswick, and of course to the Health Services Center out in the Grey Bruce area. And just to give you an update, we are now at $1,200 in donations for the day. So fantastic, great work, and thank you for that. And we're looking for many more donations to come in. Our goal is for $5,000, and I'm sure we're going to hit that again like we did last year and blast through that. So please do donate and give and share our events throughout the day. The next event is coming up at 10:30 with Andrew Fung of Hot Knives Catering. He's going to be sharing with us best practices around barbecuing. So on a beautiful sunny day, couldn't think of a better way to think about food and barbecue. Again, to Jessica, thank you so much. And thank you for everyone participating throughout our Red Day today. We'll see everybody at 10:30. Bye for now.